Good morning, boys and girls. It's good to see you again. I hope that if you have any questions or concerns, you let me know. So, today we're going to be talking about summaries. So, what we're going to learn is how do we make our long summaries that say every single thing that ever happened into nice, short, and sweet and right to the point. So, we're going to learn about the simple summary. We're going to go from this because a lot of us have our summaries looking like this right now. Very long and telling me all these extra details. But we want to turn it into this. Just 3 lines. Nice, short, and sweet. The reason is a summary is only telling the important parts. For example, if you're going to tell me about your day, or if you go home to your parents and they say, how was school today? You're going to tell them the things you learned. You're going to say, oh, I went on the computer and I was able to go on Nearpod today. And then I went to lunch and we had ice cream. You're going to tell your parents everything that was really cool. But are you going to tell them that you dropped your pencil and that you walked in the hallway? Probably not, because it's not that important. It's just a part of your day. So that's the same thing for giving a summary in the book. You're going to only tell the important parts. So we're going to talk about it today of what is the important parts that we're supposed to be looking for. So let me just explain one last time. What is summarizing? Summarizing is giving a short statement of the important points. So like I said, short and sweet and to the point. Also, why is it important? What's the point of this? Why do I have to learn about summary? It allows you to restate key info in a way that is short. It just makes sure that you understand the story. It shows that you know what's important and what's not important. And that's an important skill to have because you're going to use it throughout your life. So we're going to use the 5-finger method. How do I do this? You use the 5-finger method. 5 fingers. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. So I drew it up here too. Who is the thumb? What is another finger? When is the next finger? Where is the finger after that? And then why? And then in the palm of your hand is the how. So if you have trouble, you can use your hand, and we'll always remember by using our hand. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Once you answer all those questions, you've done a summary. Now, the trick is, when you answer who, it's only 5 words. What, 5 words. When, 5 words. Where, 5 words. Why, 5 words. How, 5 words. You're not going to write a whole bunch of sentences with it, only 5 words. So when you think of the 5-finger method, think of using only 5 words or less. If you need to use 6 or something, it's okay. But just the whole idea is to keep it short. We don't want a really long 3 pages for a summary. We want like a paragraph. Unless the directions tell you otherwise and they say they want it longer. But usually summaries are short and sweet. They're not very long. Okay, so now we're just going to read it step by step. Write who was in the story. Step 1 for the who. Step 2, what happened in 5 words. Step 3, write when it happened. Step 4, write where it happened. Step 5, why it happened. That's probably going to be 5 words, or maybe even 6. And how it happened is your palm. Now that we finished talking about summary, I'm going to read the story to you. So if you would like to take any notes, please get a piece of paper and a pen and start writing anything down that you feel like is important, or get your listening ears out and pay close attention. Get ready. I'm going to start now. Okay, Bai said. Second thing you gotta learn is how to keep your balance in a high wind. You gotta be good at this so you don't get blowed into no polar bear dens. They put me in between them and started making me spin around and around. It seemed like they spun me for about half an hour. When slobs started flying out of my mouth, they let me stop and I wobbled around for a while before they pushed me back in the same snowbank. When everything stopped going in circles, I got up and we all laughed again. They whispered some more, and then Bai said, "What do you think, Buphead?" He kept his balance a good long time. I'm gonna give him an A minus. I ain't as hard a grader as you. I'm gonna give the little punk a double A minus. Okay, Kenny. Now, the last part of this surviving a blizzard. Are you ready? Yup. You passed the wind test and did real good on the balance test, but now we gotta see if you're ready to graduate. You remember what we told you was the most important part of surviving? Yup. Okay, here we go. Buphead, tell him about the final exam. Buphead turned me around to look at him, putting my back to Byron. Okay, square, he started. I want to make sure you're ready for this one. You've done so good so far. I want to make sure you don't blow it at graduation time. You think you ready? I nodded, getting ready to be thrown in the snow bank real hard this time. I made up my mind I wasn't going to cry or anything. I made up my mind that no matter how hard they threw me in the snow, I was going to get up laughing. Okay, Buphead said, everything's cool, and you remember that your brother said about putting your hands up. Like this? I covered my face with gloves. Yes, that's it. Buphead looked over my shoulder at Byron and then said, "Woo! High winds blowing snow. Woo! Look out, blizzard a-comin'. Death around the corner. Look out!" Byron mumbled my name, and I turned around to see why his voice sounded so funny. As soon as I looked at him, Byron blasted me in the face with a mouth full of snow. Man, it was hard to believe how much stuff Bai could put in his mouth. Him and Buphead just about died laughing as I stood there with snow and spit and ice dripping off my face. Byron caught his breath and said, "Aw, man, you flunked. You've done so good, and then you go and flunk the blowing snow section of how to survive blizzard? You forgot to put your hands up." What'd you say, Buphead? F. Yeah, double F minus. It was a good thing my face was numb from the cold already, or I might have froze to death. I was too embarrassed about getting tricked to tell on them, so I went in the house and watched some TV. So as me and Bai scraped the ice off the brown bomber, I wasn't going to get fooled again. I kept on chopping ice off the back window and ignored Bai's mumbling voice. The next time I took a little rest, Byron was still calling my name and sounded like he had something in his mouth. He was saying, "Kee-ee, kee-ee, hell." When he started banging on the door of the car, I went to take a peek at what was going on. Bai was leaning over the outside mirror looking at something in real close. Big puffs of steam were coming out of the side of the mirror. I picked up a big hard chunk of ice to get ready for Byron's trick. "Kee-ee, kee-ee, help me, help me. Go ye, Mom, go get Mama. Hurry, hurry." "I'm not playing, Byron. I'm not stupid. You better start doing your side of the car or I'll tell you up with the ice ball." He banged his head against the car harder and started stomping his feet. "Oh, please, Kee-ee, help me. I'll get Mama." I raised the ice chunk over my head. "I'm not playing, Bai. You better get busy or I'm telling Dad." I moved closer, and when I got right next to him, I could see boogers running out of his nose and tears running down his cheek. So, I'm going to stop there. You're going to continue reading 3 more pages, pages 13, 14 and 15. They will be attached. I want you to think about the who was in the story, what happened, when it happened, where it happened, why it happened, and how it happened. A graphic organizer will be attached in a Google document. It will have boxes, and then you will fill in 5 words in those boxes. Then there will be 2 short response answers attached. Please remember, for your 2 short responses, you have to use wrap. Restate, answer, prove. Remember, the first letter of your sentence is capital, and you should have periods when you're ending a sentence. If you have any questions, please let me know. Best of luck. I know you guys will do great.